You know, this may not really make sense to a lot of you, but sometimes I kind of get tired of riding around in this Rolls-Royce. I know that sounds crazy. And sometimes you just want to try something a little different. This is much better. Parts for your Rolls-Royce at the BMW dealership. Hoses. Always need hoses for your car when you have to do a water pump, because the way BMW designed these plastic clip-on pieces, they were designed for speed rather than, I guess, longevity and to be lightweight, whereas every other car for the last 100 years used a regular hose clamp mounted to a metal flange. This piece of plastic has this metal retaining clip, which easily and quickly can be pulled out and removed. But what happens is this black plastic will start to turn brown and brittle after so many years. So they have a shelf life or use life of probably about 10 years. So when you have a 15-year-old car, being a European product, this case being BMW, and your water pump fails or you need to do maintenance and you remove these, you're gonna find they're gonna break. What makes this one different is this dangly hose here. This hose runs to the liquid-cooled alternator that the Phantom uses. The Phantom has a dual alternator system that are liquid-cooled inside of a cavity. So I had to order this hose and had to get it through a BMW dealer. But here's the deal. This one particular is a Rolls-Royce specific hose, right? Now, what makes it Rolls-Royce is this T. This T here is what runs this hose to the other alternator. Now, I had to pull some favors because it may be a BMW product, but Rolls-Royce does not want their parts being sold discount through BMW. So I had to pull some strings. So luckily,
hello.
I got my boy here at the BMW dealership to hook me up. It's Clayton.
BMW.
How many Claytons are there in there? 2. Because I'm like, I don't know a single other Clayton, and I asked for Clayton. They go, which one?
Correct. There's 2 of us. There's 2 of us.
See, your phone's ringing. I told you. If you were recording right now. So yeah, BMW. They make the Minis. They make BMWs. They make the Rolls-Royce. What other stuff does BMW make?
The Motorrad. You've got your motorcycles, but that's the 3 that we're involved in.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Correct. BMW motorcycle, Mini, BMW, and Rolls-Royce are all
Is
tied together.
there a relationship with Range Rover?
They share a lot of parts, but there's not a relationship.
I found Range Rover parts on this car.
Yes, there are a lot of parts.
On a Rolls-Royce. Weird. All right, so we got to take this over to Christian, my bus mechanic, who's working on my Rolls-Royce. Right now, he's going to put this on the 2004. Am I the only guy in town who does parts run errands in a Phantom for parts for a Phantom? I think so. Hey, thanks for hooking me up with the hose.
Absolutely.
If you're going to own a car, a luxury car, especially something as finicky as a Rolls-Royce, I highly recommend stopping by the local parts dealership that you would get your parts from and come in and just get some random little part and bring a box of donuts, a pizza, a case of beer. Something like that. Make friends with your local parts guys, because in this situation, the Rolls-Royce sector in town here, this in our case being Park Place, who know me, you call up Park Place, Rolls-Royce, and they go, oh yes, we have your hose. We can get it to you in about 2 weeks, and it'll be about $400. And you're like, what? So I go to my BMW guy and I go, can you get me the hose? And he goes, check this out. There are only 7 of these hoses available in the world right now. You know, they're custom made. They have to be put together for this car. Not a lot of Rolls-Royces needing these. So I can order it. It's going to take a week. And it's going to be, I want to say it was $300. I'd have to look at the receipt I paid for the hose. So, all right, you guys are going to start with the standard, you overpriced piece of junk, blah, blah, blah. You should have bought a 3 Series. Whatever. Car's been at my buddy at the bus specialist because he works on all kinds of cars. Now, this car had a small oil leak that was coming from the lines that run in between the alternator. So that's been fixed. Had to pull everything off the front of the motor. But what had happened to it but previously, we thought the water pump had gone bad. Was not the water pump. There is a pipe. And had this happened to our buddy Hoovy, Tyler Hoover's garage. This happened to his Rolls-Royce. This is very common with these era Rolls-Royces. And one of the reasons I talk about, if you're going to buy a 10, 15-year-old Rolls-Royce, these are some common things you're going to be dealing with. And so this is what happened. There's a pipe that comes off the back of the water pump, goes all the way through the center of the motor to the back, right? Called the Valley of Death. The pipe has a seal that's galvanized to each end of the pipe, right? So then what happens? What's up, sir? What's up, sir?
How's it going?
You had some hot rodness. So, the seal just comes off the pipe, and that's what happened. I had taken this car to a car show. I was out hot rodding it. I was driving it like, super hot weather. It was the end of July. I had the air conditioner jamming. I stopped, I parked it, and about 5 minutes later, all the water just come gooshing out of the thing. Right? Just whoosh. It was just all over the place. And we thought, oh my gosh, the seal on the water pump. That's not what the case was. So normally that's a full engine out job, but I got hooked up with these guys that make a custom 2-piece pipe so that rather than pulling the entire engine out, you can put the pipe in and it kind of cobbles together, screws together. It's a much better and more modern solution to fixing this water problem. But because the car has sat here for 2 months waiting on parts and getting things together, now the batteries are dead. Now he had started it, but there's 2 batteries. We had a loose ground connection, so let's check that out. Problem here, this was a little loose. You got 2 batteries back here. It was arcing out, melted this. We're gonna probably replace this battery. The battery's probably good. It was just getting hot, and that was probably causing a lot of electrical faults as well. And we're gonna fix that. Just things you gotta deal with. You're dealing with the Rolls. What are you working on?
My 69.
What? Wait, what? Let me see this.
Yeah.
We'll distract our viewers for a moment. Oh, man.
Oh, God.
And what did you put in here?
It's a 3.3 stroker. Like 550 horse. Just something for...
This looks expensive.
Just to go get groceries in.
Grocery getter. All right, so Saul's a brother from another mother. We were both bus drivers for the band Hell Yeah, one time. We don't really claim that often, but So you're driving. Who are you driving for now?
Just independent, just driving.
But you were just had a band out, didn't you?
Yeah, I did Peter Frampton and Mercy Me, and then.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh baby, I love your way. That's badass. This is badass. I want to. Man, I don't even want to ask. How much have you spent on this so far?
Probably more than it's worth.
I like the wrapping and the red ties on there.
Yeah. I
And
figured
you got a little red metal flake going on.
Yeah, I had to Mexicanize it, a little bit.
Yeah, you got to vato this thing up.
Yeah. Need to put some LEDs on it.
Oh, yeah. Dude, wait, hold on. The only thing you're missing, I see no AutoZone stick-on vents here. Some stick-on vents right here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if we could just... These are American Racing or Kragers, what are they?
No, they're Riddlers.
Riddler. I don't even know the Riddler. Riddle me this. Why didn't you get some actual American Racing rims? God damn, you're cheap.
Yeah.
You get those at down the street at Summit? Or where'd you go?
Actually, pretty much everything on this car I got at Summit.
Yeah.
They know me by name now.
You gonna buff this out, or what are you gonna do with this?
I'm gonna wet sand the whole thing and repaint it, and then wet sand it again, and then buff the shit out of it.
You need some fuzzy dice.
I need fuzzy dies.
You need the chain steering wheel.
I was thinking about getting like the either rosary.
You need you need the gas pedal shaped like a foot.
Oh yeah, that.
Get one of those.
And the little dingle balls that hang up. You
Oh
know?
yeah. Orale, the dingle balls. Let's see. Let's check out this door action. Pretty good. Pretty good.
Almost better than the Rolls. Look at that.
Almost, yeah.
And twice as heavy your door.
This is badass though. I like this. Was a 3/4 aluminum, right? At least.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna need it. You got plenty of space though.
I do. It's a small block, so there's plenty of space.
You could move a whole Mexican family right in there.
Yeah, pretty much.
No, I'm digging the billet. I'm digging the. You know the thing is like, you know what everybody's gonna say. Why didn't you just put an LS?
Because they're twice as expensive for the same amount of fucking horsepower.
Jesus, it's amazing. It's gonna be badass. See, did you sell the Corvette?
Yeah.
You sold the Corvette. Okay.
I should put the Corvette LS in this.
Yeah, that's what you should have done. You could have, you know, it's not as pretty.
But I don't want anything computer controlled bullshit.
Yeah.
Just
What's a 69? You can do anything you want. So, man. The only thing missing from this Malibu is a fake paper plate, like every other Chevy Malibu that's in Dallas that has like a Nissan Altima. They all have fake plates. Don't back up.
I was thinking about putting mud flaps on it.
Mud flaps for the ladies.
Yeah, the little girl. Yeah, the lady. The fucking.
This thing is.
Liz,
You're gonna have to hire a
Not
bodyguard to ride shotgun with you to keep the bitches from jumping in the car when you drive by.
that's why I got you.
See what's going on here. We've tightened up this battery cable here. Let's see if it starts. And it started. Okay. I don't have my computer with me, so I can't see what these lights are about. Set the time and date. Power window not initialized. This is the downside to killing the battery in a Rolls-Royce. And then what is this? Turn that off. Go away. Stop. Ugh. Gross. All right. So you have to. Oh man. There's like a whole bunch of things you got to do. Like you got to go in and set the time and date. I forget how. You got to do all that. Jesus. I'm gonna have to do all that stuff. Set. Let me see. Time. Date. Now, I don't know if you have to do this in a particular sequence, but if you try to do the auto, it won't work. You gotta roll it won't let you roll the window down, right? So what you gotta do is you gotta roll it all the way down, and then you gotta like hold the button, I think, for a few seconds. And then you gotta roll the window up. And what it does is it does it in segments because it doesn't know where the top is. So once you get to the top, you hold the button for a few seconds. It should give you a beep or something, but I don't think it does. So then after that, it should work. There we go, down. And then up again. So now it knows where the top and the bottom is. So you have to do that for every window. Yay. All right, show us what we're working with here, Christian. So, oh, you cut it out or did it break?
No, same thing. You gotta cut it out.
Oh, you gotta cut it out.
Yeah. So it comes out, and this is.
So this seal would come off, yeah.
Yeah, that's what it gets bad. But you got the kit, so I gotta replace that with the new one, which you got a new one.
Oh, we got a new one of these?
Yeah.
That came with the kit?
Yeah, that came with the kit.
Okay,
so,
awesome.
Which is pretty good. It came with that too.
Fantastic.
So pretty much, obviously.
So basically, what happened is that seal just failed, and that's the back side of the water pump.
Yeah.
What a crazy design.
This is just an O-ring, and here this goes right here.
So it's just galvanized on there, and it just failed and popped off, and all the water came out. So that would normally be an engine-out job if it wasn't for the two-piece pipe.
Yeah. Well, that's why you got the other stuff, the two pieces. And this one came with the whole kit, and that's the whole pipe right there.
How many hours do you think it took to do that?
This one was a lot different than the BMW 750. It takes a little bit more because BMW is only 8 cylinders, and yours is 12. So you got 4 more to take off. So it's a lot more, probably about 3 to 5 hours more. Depend if the guy knows what he's doing. If not, take the whole fucking day.
So what do you think you did in like 10 hours or less?
About 10 hours, 12 hours, yeah.
Yeah.
And it Comes with the gasket too. So it comes all together with the gasket.
So unfortunately, I wasn't here to film the original pipe, but we'll show it on a picture. Okay. And these were all the other BMW parts. I should probably keep those because
you might use some.
Because in the previous video that I was doing earlier, this piece is the piece we had to get, I think, wasn't it? Or was it the whole thing?
Yeah, you got the whole thing.
Yeah.
The other ones are already in there, but they were good.
The only thing that's different between the BMW version and the Rolls-Royce version is this T, because the BMW only has a single alternator, and this one has the additional cooled alternator. So they add this to it. And so the situation that we had earlier in the video was that this piece you can get from a BMW dealer without this. So really, if I save this piece here and it's good, and this other part that failed, I could reuse this. But Rolls-Royce has a reciprocal kind of agreement with BMW. They don't allow BMW to sell their Rolls-Royce parts. So I had to really, really make some strings pull to get this pipe. There's hose assembly. And this was several $100s. So unbelievable. But this is a good look, you know, this kit, and I really wish I could have had the opportunity to show you in real life. I'm going to have to show you retroactively through the video of the manufacturer of the pipe kit. But normally this would be one pipe. And I've seen versions of this pipe that exist that are like a knockoff version. And you wouldn't think that this is anything, but this pipe is like a lot of money. It's $300-400 or something. But their kit that comes with all the stuff you need allows you to replace the pipe as a two-piece unit without having to take the motor completely out. So you can see it's just well worth it. It's well worth it because this would have been a full engine out job if we didn't have this kit. So motor's been running now for about 10 minutes or so with the air conditioner on. It's up to temperature. You normally wouldn't be able to hear this thing running with the hood down, but I wanted to make sure that there was no liquids anywhere, nothing under there. Matter of fact, let's just try something here. Yeah, not that I don't trust the dude, but let's back it up a few feet. They don't like it when you try to do that. I want to see if there's a puddle of anything under there. See any wetness other than water?
There's something at the tray back.
Well, that's water from the air conditioner. I'm looking for oil, coolant. This is a pressurized coolant system. Ow, hot. It says don't touch hot. Hot, which is what I want. I want the motor hot. It's a relatively nice day today, not as brutal as it normally is. We do have a temperature. Oh God, that cold air is so nice. So right in the middle of where it's been, and I've never seen it not there. So I think everything's back to normal. Just car needs to be detailed. Need to charge your batteries. Let's check out the lift system, make sure that's still working. I'm gonna hit the lift. And yeah, car sits up nice and high. Right, these are those 24-inch wheels that we may or may not keep. When I sell the car, I may offer a choice between these wheels and the OEM wheels, which a lot of people have said they'd rather have. Some people are into this. What's cool about these wheels is that they allow you to have the upright wheel cover hub covers, and they're locked in so nobody can steal them. I like the car. I wish I could leave it riding high like that. So I think we're done with this. How quiet it is now. I mean, you get the fan there, but you step over here, you don't hear anything. Car's looking good.
It'll go to 500?
500? Yeah. Look at this wrench. Is that a snap-on?
Yeah, snap-on torque wrench.
That's like a $12,000 wrench.
That's about $2,000.
Is it 2,000 really?
Yeah, 3,000.
How many pounds does it go?
500 foot-pounds.
You know what I just bought? I just got a Milwaukee electric. I got a Milwaukee electric one. It was $600, And I think it does 600 pounds, and it's electric, and it's digital. This guy's over here, he's got like, look at that thing.
It goes to 800.
It's all brands about $1,500 a program. Is it snap-on?
This is a Detroit 60?
Yeah, Detroit 14.0, putting the main bearings and everything.
Man,
Torque it to the
I wish I had one of these on my bus.
Yeah, we're torquing it, doing it all completely from the scratch.
Dude, Saul, you should have put this in there. This will fit, right? You can put it in there. Just put it right in there. This is the kind of stuff they do here, man. They, Rolls-Royce, bus, they don't care. Look at this thing. Full-blown motor out. That's a motor out. That's not a in frame. That's an out frame. This right here is probably the greatest engine ever made on planet Earth.
Yeah.
Million miles you can go before you got to do this again.
You take care of it.
Yeah, I mean,
1,500,000 if you really take
Yeah.
care of it. Replace the main bearing every 750,000 miles. You can go to 1.5 million.
yeah, I mean, it's these buses are made to go for millions of miles. Here's for those of you just hanging out. I mean, check out the sleeves. These are the cylinder sleeves. These pistons are insane. Look at the size of those. Hemispherical, all right? Like, this is a fully done, a complete Detroit 60 motor. This is an Prevost bus. The one I have is a little bit different of an engine. It's the earlier model. It's a 2-stroke. This is a 4-stroke. But probably one of the greatest engines ever made. Volvo would argue that maybe, but what's great about this engine is you can re-sleeve it, re-piston it. You could just replace everything. They're made to just do this. And that's what this dude does. I mean, even though this looks like a mess, this cat works on stuff that... There's people out there that could just like work on anything. And this is that dude, right? You find one of those guys, you hold on to him. Treat him good. I hadn't leaked a drop of anything except water from the condenser of the air conditioner. Had the air conditioning front and rear blasting. So everything seems to be working. Now there's some check engine lights on the dash. I need to put that Autel reader I have on here, and it will clear those because we need to recalibrate a couple of things. Actually, no, they just disappeared. Look at that. They're gone. Okay. So it just needs to run through some of the systems. Once it does that, it's going to be all cherry again, I think. 2004 Phantom, 2006. They're both really special cars, very much the same and also at the same time very different. This last year and a half, I've got to enjoy driving this car and also this one. It's been really amazing. I've learned a lot about the Rolls-Royce brand, about the community, and what it's like to drive one of these cars. And when I talk about what it's like, I'm not just talking about the experience of physically driving the car, the actual driving of the car. When I say what it's like, the ownership of the car is interesting. The way people talk to you, the way they treat you, your interaction with other people as you're driving around. Anyone that's ever owned any kind of a supercar knows what I'm talking about. If you're driving a Lamborghini or a Ferrari, there's stigmas and there's stereotypes that go along with these cars. And I never dreamed I'd ever be able to afford one of these cars, much less two of them. Now, for those of you that are followers of my channel, you understand why I have two of these. I bought this one. This was the cheapest Rolls-Royce Phantom in the country at the time when I bought it for $65,000, much less than the $85,000 that Hoovy paid for his car. And then we did extensive work to it, repainted the car, redid the brakes and the suspension and all sorts of things on the car. And then I found this car on auction, which is a 2006, had some of the options that I wanted that weren't in this car. It had the camera system, the Bluetooth audio, Sirius satellite radio, had the sunroof, a little less miles, a little bit better shape. And I bought this car for even less than that when I managed to get this one for $58,000. But I've put a tremendous amount of money into both of these cars to get them up to par to where they are today. And I really can't keep two, so I've decided I wanted this one because it had the other features that I wanted. So this one's gonna go. So this one's gonna get sold. And then I also have my classic 1967 Silver Shadow that I have in storage right now. But it's been amazing actually owning 3 Rolls-Royces. I just love saying that. And you know, I think somebody brought up to me, it's not, is it Rolls-Royce? Rolls-Royce? Rolls-Royces? I think the proper term is Rolls-Royce cars. One of the things that I've talked about heavily on the channel is my slogan, living rich through depreciation. Both of these cars are not depreciated down to the bottom of their value, but they've gotten down there. You figure each of these cars was $300,000–$400,000 a piece, and I got them for just a tiny fraction of that. Going out and getting a new Phantom, you're going to spend $600,000 with a few options pretty quickly. But if you can afford that kind of thing and that kind of opulence and having a driver and, you know, having a factory maintained car, that's great. I'm not on that level. I'm not a rich guy. But when you think about it, if you were to go spend $60,000 on a new car, what would you get, right? Certainly wouldn't be getting a Rolls-Royce, right? You'd be getting, I don't even think a Cadillac. I think a new Escalade's over $100,000. So if you're willing to drive a little bit of an older car and you're willing to maybe sacrifice some of the new technology, which I was, and quite frankly, I have everything I need in this car. I mean, it's got Bluetooth audio for my phone, has Sirius satellite radio, has GPS, and I usually, let's face it, we use our phones mostly for everything nowadays. And it's got some of the best leather, wool carpets, wood trim. The ride is fantastic. It's quiet. It's still a Rolls-Royce Phantom. Even by today's standards, you know, maybe 15 years later, the new 2021 Rolls-Royce is a fantastic vehicle, but this is no slouch. It's still an opulent vehicle, and I would way rather drive this than another $60,000 car that you could buy. And in my opinion, new doesn't always mean better. And that was kind of the point. So if you're like me and you would rather have a car like this to enjoy rather than something new, it is affordable. But I try to tell people, even if you can find one of these cars for maybe this $75,000 range, because I got these pretty cheap, you're gonna wanna have a budget of maybe 20% above that for maintenance and repairs. And if that's too much money for you, then this isn't for you. A perfect example for that is, well, the bus. In one of my more recent videos, I talked about owning this 1990 Prevost tour bus. Now, when this thing came out in 1990, this thing was like $750,000. And I bought it for 10% of its value. I think I paid 75 grand for this thing. And so there's people out there that say, hey, you know, for 100 grand or whatever, you can go buy yourself a brand new Winnebago, whatever, but it's a tinderbox. It's balsa wood. This is riveted stainless steel. Look how it's held up. And I have an appreciation for well-built things. So rather than buying a relatively new, you know, RV motorhome, I would way rather have this 30-year-old bus. Did it have a few things I had to take care of? Yes. I replaced the airbags and the brakes, did some things to it. Probably put 10 grand in it easily. I mean, you can spend a couple $1,000 on just tires, but it was well worth it because if you watch my other previous video, I showed this bus off. I mean, I've got marble floors, and I mean, this thing is way nicer, even 30 years later, than any new Winnebago plastic paneling, styrofoam, glued together, stapled together RV. And I feel the same way about those Rolls-Royces. I would way rather drive a 15-year-old Rolls-Royce than a brand new 2020 Honda Accord or whatever. Don't get me wrong, it's a great, reliable car, you know, but come on. Do I need to explain this to you? Really? People keep asking me for an update on this thing. This is the Knight 4000 from the movie Knight Rider 2000. It's the actual screen use car. We're restoring it. It needs a new motor. So this is actually, underneath this is a Dodge Stealth Mitsubishi 3000 from 1990. I need a new motor for this. If you can give me a motor for this, let me know. You can help me out. I need a little help with that in Dallas-Fort Worth. Engine's blown, need a new one. We're gonna put a new one in, get it repainted, get it done. We'll get it fixed. People keep asking me what's up with my Yugo. This is a 1991 Yugo GV Plus. Really, there's nothing wrong with it. It runs and drives. We need to repaint it. We're going to restore it. We're going to redo the interior. So we just haven't had time. Been busy. Like, this is a 1974 Dodge Monaco. This is a Bluesmobile that we're building. We built a lot of Bluesmobiles. This is another one we got to get done. And this thing looks like hell, but it'll look cherry when we're done with it. Just got a lot of projects, guys. I'm trying to get caught up. I got too much stuff. Hello? Dave's not here. Anyway, this is a DeLorean time machine. This is my DeLorean time machine, actually. This is the one I've had since 2014. And it's being completely rebuilt, redone. It's got the plutonium chamber, Mr. Fusion, revamping the whole car, redoing a whole new air conditioning system on it. This is a really neat car. It's got a lot of cool features on it that we don't normally put on some of our other time machines. We're going to be doing a video about this car real soon, so stay tuned for that. Anyway, guys, I hope that's enough of an update for you. I know I hadn't posted a video in a while, so I'm going to try to get caught up, post some more videos. Some people are sick and tired of the Rolls-Royce videos. Some people love them. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I just love the car. Anyway, hey, thanks for tuning in. See you on the next video. I'm Videobob. This is actually my personal time machine. It's being completely rebuilt. You motherfucker. I hate that fucking thing. Every time. You air compressing bitch.